Hey, hi everyone. So happy Friday. I decided to come on live in case anyone had any questions. And I was just live over on TikTok, and there were a number of people over there. So I said, you know what? Instead of just dropping the video, what I'll do is I'll come live on YouTube. So I want to share this. I'm going to work on this a tiny little bit and just kind of share a few stitches with you this afternoon. But to kind of, hi, how are you? Well, I should put good afternoon down here. And good Friday afternoon, actually. And here we are on the weekend already. And whoops. No. Okay. So it is sunny in Vermont today. It is like in the 70s. It's an absolutely beautiful day. So, if you are new to the channel, we totally encourage you to use scrap fabrics, materials, and supplies to create. If you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. And thank you for jumping on board. I am so grateful to have all of you. Just was talking a little bit about the statistics. Um, not just in the landfills, but in the oceans. And I talk about this in my book, and just briefly giving you some statistics that the five great what they call garbage patches in the excuse me, I'm sneezing. That's the thing on a video, you can blot that out. On live, everyone knows you're sneezing. But the five great garbage patches, they are basically floating islands of garbage choking our ocean. They're choking our ocean. They're obviously negatively impacting our marine life, our plant life, and whatnot. But fabrics end up in these garbage patches too, and of course plastics and a whole bunch of other things. So if we can extend the life of a fabric in our own way, I think that's a wonderful little gift, little hug to our earth. So with that said, I want to kind of review, like just do a little review of where we left off. I've worked on this a little bit off and on, and I'm going to be honest with you, this is just about done. So it really is. I don't think, I mean, because when I hold this up, I just love the way the eye flows. And the florals are either contrasting or they're blending, and which gives it such a surreal effect when you look at it. So check this out a little bit. Okay, look at that. I mean, you really got to kind of take a second glance of what you're looking at, which I love. So I'm gonna stand up and see if we can get you a better view of this. I don't know if we can really, but we're gonna try. So I'm just going to bring it up and step to the side so you can see. Bring it closer to the camera so you can see. Bring it closer to the camera. And I'll show you the bottom of it here. I love this. Now, a couple things. I love the way it falls. It's it's not it is not an even cookie cutter cut, type of hem. It's like this. It's very raw, and you get the feeling this is not uh an authentic piece. Okay, authentic pieces are pieces that were made back in the 1500s or during the Edo period, 16, 17, 1800s in Japan. Those are the authentic pieces. The pieces that we make are the inspired pieces. So now the back of it, I'm leaving the stems long, as you can see. And so the back of it, I could put a backing on it, but to be honest with you, I'm not convinced yet. I'm not feeling like I really want to put a backing on it. So I love this piece, and so I'm just going to show you each of the designs as we go through. And the one I'm working on today, we'll stop at the one I'm working on today. This I just did. I just did the little seed stitching of the heart. There's the heart. And on the floral pieces, I just love that. And so this corner, you see that's the flower, and that came out a little bit 3D. And this piece, I'm going to give it some running stitches, more running stitches on that, and we get an effect of maybe a little butterfly on there or a little bird. And in this corner, we have just 3 pieces of fabrics contrasting. Trying to get this so you can see it there. And in the middle is just a circle. I mean, but look how adorable that is. That is just cutesy. And there's the birds. I ended up with a bird and floral design without really realizing it. Now here's another bird. And this is the one where I did a little shibori effect. You see the shibori, which is just creating texture with the needle and thread, and then the little design. So what I'm working on now is, let's see here. Got my needle and thread, so ready to go. I want to turn this so I can. This is the piece right here that I am working on. So I am doing little seed stitches. So let's continue that. Now I'm using a different weight of yeah, I'm going to put this down. So I'm using a different weight of crochet lacy thread. And this is the kind that has the mercerized. Oh no, this doesn't. Actually, it's just a different weight. It's not as heavy as the other one I was using. So and which is good, which is fine, because that's what you want is the diversity of these pieces. Now I could start in the back, which I think I will. I think that's totally fine. Many times I will start between the fabrics, but this is totally fine. Now I'm going to go do a back stitch, and I'm coming up sporadically wherever. That's just how I want to do that. I'm going to do another back stitch and come up in a different place. See if you can see that. See, they're a little bit smaller, which is totally expected. Totally expected. And I'm loving that. I'm going to be honest with you right now. I love the fact that they're just a little bit shy of being visible than their larger counterparts kind of coming across of the bottom. And I'm just kind of, I guess I end up doing it in little waves, little curves. And so I hope everyone's doing well today. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll keep an eye on that chat, and I'm happy to answer. And I just love working with the this is so relaxing for me. I got to be honest with you. When I can't get my mind to stop racing, or I feel like there's a million things I need to do, I make myself sit down and I'll just do a few stitches, and all of a sudden I've done way more than a few, and a few hours have gone by, and I've gotten another little project done, and I'm super happy about it. So now I don't really need to turn this, but I'm going to because I like to have if I feel like I'm now working up this way, I like to have that in front of me. It just helps my perspective so much more. And now these tiny little seed stitches, they totally adhere your fabrics together in such a beautiful way. I mean, I can't even explain it. Yes, your running stitches will adhere, but these adhere um just I mean, they're spread out all over the place. They're creating a little design and they are keeping your fabrics in place. Now look, this is almost done. I'm almost like and I pay attention to the tail because I want the tail to be a couple of inches. So I'm just going to go through this one more and I'm going to come out the back and I'm just going to kind of knot this a little bit. And there we go. And I leave the tail long. And what happens is the tails end up locking into each other. But look at this, what the difference in this piece already. I mean, all I did was a few seed stitches, and look, I mean, seriously, that's just adorable. And I want to put more, but I don't know if this is going to take away from it. I hope not. I don't think it will, and I can choose another piece to work with. But this is a coral um, color. Okay, so it's like an orange, red, orange, pink. So what we're gonna do is do more seed stitching. Now, why do I keep using the seed stitching? I keep using the seed stitching because it's a delicate stitch. Much like the French knot. Now, not to say that the running stitches aren't. I could do teeny tiny running stitches. These are technically teeny tiny running stitches, actually, but they're so delicate. I mean, I just don't even know how to explain. Just the way they set onto the fabric, just the way they're adhering the fabric, just the way they're spread out and they're so tiny. So I totally love the seed stitch, especially for silky silks or a delicate thin cotton. So I will go to the seed stitching. And you can do it as a back stitch, you can do it as a front. But the thing is, whatever you're doing, you just want to make sure that it's super tiny. So I'm going to kind of focus up on this area. And this is just a lovely. I'm going to be honest with you. This to me is just about done. I mean, there's maybe a few things. I don't like I said when we were beginning this project, I didn't want to fully cover the shawl. I love it. And anything we've added, I mean, just take a look at that. Anything we've added, it blends in such a beautiful way. I can't even stand it hardly, but okay. So we're gonna go down here. And we are you can see you can see the very tiny bit of seeds there of coloration just blending beautifully with this fabric. This fabric right here is very, very delicate. It's very, very thin. I do believe this is real silk right here. It may even be a vintage silk. It's possible it's a vintage silk. And I don't have to turn that all the way around, but I want to because I just feel more comfortable working. Now, with this piece too, I've got to be very careful of the little fringes going around that are part of the shawl. So I'm just kind of, what I'm doing as I go through this is I'm just sporadically going. I'm not planning where I'm going, is what I'm saying. I'm just kind of going where I feel my eye wants to fall. Let's say for the next seed stitch, for the next coral color, because I'm loving this tone. I'm loving the hue of this coral. So, and then when it's complete, look, this is almost complete already again. Why did I not use longer pieces of thread? Because they're twist to such a degree that it knots up. So if it's too long. So now I'm gonna hold this up so you can see. Put this up here. That's one of my favorite Sashiko needles. It goes beautifully. It lets me thread the lacy crochet thread too nicely. So look at the effect. Look at the effect. That didn't take too long. Just hold that up. Isn't that lovely though? I just love that. And our middle piece, I had done more with the shibori effect in the middle. I'm loving that. And this this one is just about done. I am going to add more stitching to the floral, but I love the heart just where it's at. And that has all seed stitching. I love the flower. I'm only going to add a few more stitches to the shibori over here. And I'm leaving the flower probably where it's at because I do like that. I do, when I get something like that and it pops, I just kind of instead of fussing with it and trying to make it better, I leave it. If I like it, like just looking at it like that, like this flower, this is fine. That's totally fine the way it is. I don't need to add any more to that. And this one, I particularly love that design. We just looked at that a few minutes ago. So this is where we're at. And so we're just about done really with it. I don't feel like there's more. And the other thing about this is this, look how this moves the fabric. Look at the fabric. It's just so flowy. The reason it's like that is we stayed with all silky silks. If you put cotton on this, or if we added some heavier weight cotton pieces, we would not be able to be doing this that easily. Now, I want to just kind of do some. I actually want to put this on, to be honest. I'm going to move my coffee cup from there, though. But look, because we know this, that this is a shawl. This is a shawl on a shawl, I'm feeling like, but I just love this. Okay, I love it. So, with that, I just wanted to pop on here for a few minutes, see if anybody was out there, see if you had any questions. And I want to wish you oh yeah, I do want to update you on a couple things. So first I want to wish you a happy Friday and a beautiful weekend. Secondly, I want to thank you so much for being on YouTube and being a part of my art journey. And so the other thing I want to tell you is YouTube is coming up with, I just got this in my email. They're coming up with a hub for creators where participants, so that's you, the viewer, and me, can share images of our artwork. So, guess what? That's what Patreon does. That's what makes Patreon so special. So, guess what? That is now technically there's no way that's not going to affect the Patreon community because it is. So, but I do not, I like the feature. I love the feature and I want the feature. So I think it's wonderful to have that on YouTube. However, I still do encourage many YouTubers out there who are creating, especially if you're nervous about your numbers and whatnot, to always have a couple of different things going on, whether it's in your community, brick and mortar, or it's other sites too, yes, like Patreon and other sites, or your TikTok or Instagram. But anyway, with that said, I wanted to just let you know that that feature is coming, so it's a positive thing in the YouTube community. So I just wanted to tell you to have a beautiful weekend. And with that, if you have any questions, let me know, and we will be surely jumping on here and sharing our next beautiful earth friendly projects. Have a beautiful day.